There has been another deadly shooting involving taxi operators in Cape Town. 5 people killed in Nyanga last night after gunmen opened fire on people sitting in a vehicle. It follows an earlier shooting in the Cape Town CBD in which 7 people were wounded. The attacks have raised fears that a new taxi war is looming in the city. On that story for us at the start of 2 o'clock, reporter Monique Mortlach. Monique, good afternoon to you. So yet another deadly taxi-related shooting in Nyanga, as I mentioned. You were on the scene. What happened? What did you see?
Jeremy, when we were there, the scene had been cleared up, although with police officers on the scene, they pointed out some of the bullet holes that could still be seen in the walls. We spoke to the Nyanga CPF General Secretary, who told us that the assailants apparently used assault rifles last night. The attack happened at about 9:30. Numerous shots were fired at a taxi that was standing in Sihlanu Avenue, which is just around the corner from the taxi terminus, less than 50 meters away. Obviously, the residents they were fearful. They didn't want to speak to us, but you could feel the tension in the air, that fear in the air. The Nyanga CPF also told us the residents in the area are traumatized after what happened last night, especially because, as we saw with those bullet holes, it was so close to windows and doors, and a few bullet holes could even be seen in a nearby shack. But this is what the CPF had to tell us.
The problem now that we'll be facing is an issue of the community that is well traumatized and is victimized. And I think that they need somehow to be cancelled, because they experienced a lot of challenges last night. Seeing 26 cartridges in this area, it's a really challenge, and we are appealing to our communities. If there is any conflict, please let us not take this route. We need to sit down and discuss and solve the issue.
So 2 incidents in 24 hours. I mentioned that there are concerns possibly about a new taxi war. What are authorities telling you?
According to the Western Cape Transport MEC, this latest incident in Nyanga, where 5 taxi operators were shot and killed, 2 others are still in hospital. This latest incident brings the number of taxi-related killings since the start of this year in the province to 92. And there have been 51 people injured during the same time in taxi-related incidents. Now, what police have been doing is police have also been combing the area, not just Nyanga, but Cape Town CBD. When we visited that taxi rank, we also saw law enforcement officers on patrol, several police vehicles driving around in the area, and police have said that they will be bolstering police deployments in different hotspots where shootings might possibly occur. When we asked them whether they believe that this type of violence can happen at more taxi ranks, police didn't want to really speculate on that. But what we've heard from the Transport MEC is that they have obviously condemned this violence. They will be, actually right now, they are meeting with taxi associations like Kata, Kodeta, and just to get to the root of this. But Jeremy, these engagements have been happening throughout this year. We've seen these meetings happening whenever there's a shooting like this, whenever there are killings like this, not only here in Cape Town but in other parts of the province. These meetings take place, and then things sort of die down, and then the violence just flares up again. So it will be really interesting to find out from those transport authorities and from SAPS, how are they going to stop this, especially with festive season coming up and with more people using long-distance taxis?
Have you had a chance very quickly to engage with the associations?
The associations, I haven't been able to get a hold of any of them, but what I have heard from Sintako is that they are meeting in Joburg, and they have also condemned this violence. They also didn't want to go into much speculation about whether it's true, whether these shootings are in any way related to that contentious Bellville-Cape Town route.
All right, Monique Mortlach in Cape Town, thank you very much.